Okay, so in the last video, we styled the drink results container. I do want to make one little adjustment in my category container, which is for all the p tags, I just want to text align center. As you can see, they are positioned towards the left underneath the images. If I just add that. So now what we're going to do is build this drop down select bar. So if I create a new div, so export const select container, which is equal to styled, and we're just going to copy the drinks container styling like so, and then we will add to that. So if I now import this into my index file, and just above the category container, I am now going to add the select container. So what this is going to have is a select drop down. So if I add a HTML select drop down in here, and I'm just going to copy across the options. So we're going to have 5 options. One is the value of all, the other is coffee. We're going to have a hot chocolate, a frostino, and a tea. So if we look into our API, we have the category name as coffee. We have a few hot chocolate ones. So if we just go through them all, we also have the frostino and then the teas. So what we're going to essentially do is filter out based on whatever the user selects. We're going to show the relevant drinks for that. So now if I save all and go back into my menu, we now have a drop down that has all the categories of the drinks that are included inside. So in terms of styling, what we can do is if we inspect the element on the Costa website and we highlight the select category, we now have access to the styling. So I'm just going to copy this like so. And in my styles, in my container, I'm now going to have the select. And inside the select, we're just going to paste the styles. And if I now save, we now have the exact same styling as what is on the Costa website. I also want to have a heading which says showing. So if I go back onto my index and above the select container, just render out a H5, call that showing like so, and save. And now have the showing. So if I now push this into the select container, so it inherits the styling. And now I'm going to style the H5. So if we scroll further down and the heading, the H5, this is going to have the following styles, which I will copy across and explain, which is a display of inline block, a margin around. The color is going to be the primary color. So if we select that from the props, primary, we're going to have a width of 100 pixels and a font size of 1.2 rem. And we're going to have some padding of 5 pixels. Now, if I save, so now that is showing. Now we have styled the heading and the drop down container. I'm just going to add a bit of padding just above so it separates from the main banner. So on the container, I'm going to put a margin top of 20 pixels like so. So there is a bit of space. So now that the styling is done, if we go back into our index file, and what we are going to do is insert some state similar to how we did with the search bar. So this one is going to be called filter, and set filter is going to be our action, which is equal to the use state of all. Now if insert the use state hook from React, okay, and save. What I want to filter on is the drink type. So at the moment, all of the drink types include all. Now, if they include tea or if they include coffee, we then want to filter the drinks out to the relevant drink type. So in my drink results, before I map, I now want to filter. So when we filter, I want to get the item, and for each item, I want to return if item dot drink type dot includes the filter. Then we want to map all across. So at the minute, the filter is set to all, therefore all of the drinks will be mapped. And I just need to add the full stop on filter. Now if I save, So at the minute, we have all of the drinks filtering out to the state of all, which is in our API. So all of the drink types include the string of all. So in our select dropdown, we need to add a on change event so that we know the change has happened. So in my select, if I add on change, which is equal to a function, an anonymous function, which returns the e.target.value, and I want to get the event object also, and I want to console log the value that I get back from this. So if I now save and inspect my console and scroll all the way to the top, if I now select hot chocolate, I now get returned hot chocolate. If I select tea, I now get tea. So all we need to do now, instead of console logging this out, we just need to update this to set filter so that the value within the filter updates. So this text would update to whatever is being returned. So if I now save and close my console, I should now see all the drinks at the start. And then if I filter to hot chocolate, nothing has happened. So nothing is getting filtered out. So if we inspect why that is, so if I go into my API and check the drink type, we can see that the Frostino drink type is in lowercase, whereas the values in the options are in uppercase. So all we need to do is on the value, just chain on a 2 lowercase, like so. Now if I save and refresh the page, if I now filter out, hot chocolate gets returned, the tea gets returned, coffees get returned, and finally all drinks return everything here. One last thing that I want to do is for my drinks results heading, I now want to change this to whatever is being returned for the filter and save. So now at the moment it's all drinks. If I change that, it changes to coffee, it changes to Frostino, and so on. And I also want to make the first character uppercase. So now to capitalize the first letter, I already have a function in place for that. So I copy this and paste this in. We have a function called capitalize words that takes in a string, and what it essentially does is returns the first character of the word and turns it to uppercase. So all we need to do is in our heading, we just need to wrap this around the filter within the JSS brackets like so. And now that is capitalized. The Frostino is capitalized, hot chocolate, and so on. Okay, so that's the menu page complete. In the next video, we're going to build out the product page. So when we click on this, we want to see the information for the drink. We want to see the drink details. We're going to use incremental static regeneration where we only build the path that we need. So that is all to come in the next video.